Hey guys, Mr. Yisley here. So we are on to lesson number 18, which is still about writing quadratic functions. We're going to talk about how to write the quadratic functions when they give us multiple points. So what you're going to see on these problems is they are typically going to give you 3 total points. All right, they're going to give you 3 points that this thing passes through. So where are these points? All of that is what we kind of need to recognize. Well, what you're also going to see is that 2 of those points are going to be x-intercepts. So 2 of them are going to be x-intercepts. Now, if you remember from the previous sections right before this, x-intercepts, we kind of write those as p, 0, because y is always going to be 0 on an x-intercept, and q, 0. So that's just some information to remind yourself. So let's go through the process of how this works. So what we do is we use the x-intercepts to plug into intercept form. So we're going to plug in as p here, and remember it always starts as a subtraction symbol, all right? And then we're going to plug in the q right here. And again, always starts as a subtraction symbol because x, again, is like that h that we have that's dealing with x values, and so they always work as opposites. So remember, it always starts as a subtraction symbol. Now, what you may notice from there is once we plug those in, we still have x's that we don't know values for and a's that we don't know values for. Right? Well, this is where the next big thing comes in. Then we are going to use the other point. So remember, there's 3 points. 2 of them are x-intercepts. All right? We've got the q and we've got the p here. But then we've got this third point that they're going to have given us. And so we are going to plug those points in. All right? So we're going to take that point that they give us. We're going to use that other point right here. Right, whatever that is, and we're going to plug it in for the x values, and we're going to plug it in for the y value, or the other term for that would be f of x. So the other point is really going to be x, f of x, just as a reminder how that works. And so once we've done that, then we're going to plug in and we're going to solve for the a value. So we're going to figure out what is that a value. Right? Once we have it at a value, we've solved and we've got a equals some number, right? Then we're going to take the information we have, right? And we're going to plug the x-intercepts back in. So we're going to plug those x-intercepts back in to intercept form. And then we're also going to plug the a value back in, and we're going to simplify that down. So our goal when we simplify it down is, again, to get it into quadratic form, which is f of x equals a x squared plus bx plus c. So that's where we're trying to end up. So again, first thing we do, use the x-intercepts they give us, plug it in, and then use the third point they give us, plug that in for the x and the f of x, and then we're going to solve for a. Once we have a, we're going to go back in and plug it into the intercept form, the x-intercepts, the a, and simplify it down into quadratic form. All right, well, that is the process. If you have any additional questions, let me know. But otherwise, flip over to the last lesson of Chapter 8 and go through the examples that work through this process.